Howdy. So somebody asked me to explain in the comments what a dark pattern was. Now, I did answer them in the comments, but I wanted to give a couple of examples of things within this game that I consider dark patterns. I'm sure some people will disagree. Others might agree, but think it's not too bad. And that's fair as well. But these are just examples, so don't take this as like, oh my god, I'm so upset. How could they do this? Like every game nowadays does this type of shit, so it's just fucking obnoxious. These are just examples. Don't get too crazy about it. But here we go. So the first obvious example is pop-up sales with a currency that you don't understand. And if you don't know what I'm talking about every time you clear, I don't know where they pop up. Exactly, I don't remember because I've already got most of them. But every time you get that sale pop up, that's like when you level a character and it's like, get the character memories for 200 red gems or something like that. That's one example. And why is that? What is wrong with that? Well, I can't perceivably understand off of like just a simple thought. 200 red crystals. What is the dollar amount to that? I have no fucking clue. All I know is it's 200 red crystals. So if at some point I buy a bunch of red crystals, at that point the cost value of 200 red crystals is lost to me. I can go in here, I'm sure, and look it up. 200 red crystals, well, that's less than $3. That's not that bad, right? Doesn't seem too bad, which it's not, right? I guess. I don't honestly know. That's the thing. There's no actual dollar value to 480 red crystals. These are made up. This is a made up fictitious thing that has no actual real world value. It is not a tangible item. It is just in-game currency. They can set any value literally that they want at any time. That doesn't mean they're just going to change it. It's just obfuscation. It's confusion. It's confusion. That's all it is. So any game that does this, in my opinion, that is a dark pattern. Now, that's obviously a gray area because every game does this and it's not illegal, but this is why people like me, people like Asmongold, people preach to the high heavens that there needs to be regulations in games like this, because of stuff like that. So another example that I would like to point out is the shop. The shop having this fucking yellow button. Why is this little yellow nodule here on the shop? Well, every time there's new stuff in the shop, it has this little new here thing. And to get rid of the new thing, you have to click and look at each individual sale. So for people that are really annoyed by yellow notifications, they have to go through the shop and take a look at every single package in the shop to get rid of that yellow notification. In my opinion, this is a very big example of a dark pattern. They know how much people hate looking at the yellow notifications, so they damn well made sure that there's one attached to the shop. And now to get rid of this, I have to go through and look at every single shop that I have originally had no intention of buying, but now, hey, I might be feeling tempted after perusing through these things day in and day out, every time they add new stuff. I might eventually get weak and buy something, and that's what they're hoping, right? Oh, buy. Oh, he's got some red crystals now. Now he might be willing to spend some on those memories. You know what I mean? Oh, well, maybe instead of spending crystals on stamina to farm, maybe instead he'll get weak and buy just a couple memories here and there. You know what I mean? And we'll get to siphon red crystals out of them that way. But yeah, to me, this is a very big example of a dark pattern. Having that fucking yellow notification. But yeah, I generally just ignore that. I just find that annoying. Another example that I would like to give is stuff like this. Regarding certain enhancement quest drops. We all know it. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. The quest drops fucking suck, and something's wrong with them. I sent them an email with 2 examples. I wonder if I can easily bring this up on screen. You know what? They're probably in my screenshots. Can I go? How do I do this on? How do I do this on here? I'll go to the screenshots afterwards. It's just easier. Let me just explain what I'm talking about first, and then I can show you screenshots afterwards. So if you go through here, premium level uncapped Genopod 1, Genopod 2, Nanocube 1, Nanocube 2. So it seems that they acknowledged that the enhancement quest drops were bad, so they adjusted them for all these stages. But you'll notice that they stopped at Genopod 2 and Nanocube 2. What about Nanocube 3? What about Genopod 3? Well, guess what? These are the stages that people are most commonly going to farm. Because they want the highest tier thing. Well, guess what? You barely ever get a drop. Yeah, that's right. The most commonly farmed Nanocube and Genopod stage were not touched in that drop increase. So you can farm this stage and potentially get nothing. Not a fucking single drop of the thing that you spent 60 stamina for. That's right. It is absolutely incredible. Now let me just, I'm just gonna edit this. Let me just edit this image file here. Pictures. LD Player's fucking screenshot thing is like so well hidden. I don't know. I need to just change it to the same file that BlueStacks was using. The one thing BlueStacks does right is not hiding its screenshots in the bowels of fucking hell. Okay, so sorry for the dimensions of this picture. I'm just not going to edit them. It works out perfectly. So, this is a 60 energy run of Genopod 3. Look at that. 4 little fucking four little caramel cubes and 3 little fucking salmon cubes. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about at this point. But yeah, and 600 gil. Alright? That's it. 4 caramel cubes, 3 salmon cubes, and 600 gil. And now, let me change this over to run number 2. Same deal. 60 stamina spent. And now suddenly, I get 4 fucking titanium cubes, 3 salmon cubes, 600 gil, 4 caramel cubes, 3 genome pods, 1 blue genome pod, and 1 pink genome pod. How is this a thing? Why is it that I spend 60 stamina and in one run and get this, and then I spend 60 stamina in another run and get this. What the fuck is that? Okay, tell me that shit is not broken. And in my opinion, that is another dark pattern. They took the one stage. They acknowledged that the drops are bad in every stage, but the one that people are probably most commonly farming at the end game, and they fixed all of them except these. The amount of stamina you waste farming these because of the times that you don't get a single fucking genome drop or nanocube drop is abhorrent. It is fucking bad. It is terrible. And you cannot sit there and tell me that this is not to milk people dry of all their stamina. This is totally to remove your stamina from you, to make you want to pay to recharge it. Because how else are they going to make up for the fact that they up the stamina recharge rate extensively? By having people farming shitty content that doesn't drop a goddamn thing that you need. It's fucking terrible. Absolutely terrible. You need to be guaranteed at least the purple cubes. Like, at this level. Come on. Because you can farm nanocube 2 for the blue ones. I'll give you that. They don't have to drop the blue one at this level, but you have to fucking drop at least one of these per 20 stamina. Are you fucking kidding me? At least one per 20 stamina. I should be seeing 3 at the end of every 60 stamina. There's no excuse for this. This is terrible. So, you guys wanted some examples of dark patterns. They're probably, you know, like, these aren't the worst examples. These aren't examples that are so bad that are, like, gonna get the game shut down or anything. But these are examples, okay? And I truly believe these games need regulations to stop some of these practices. Because we really don't know what's going on. Like, they advertise the rates for the draws and stuff, but we really don't know the rates for things. Like, we really don't know a lot of the specifics and fine-tunings. I mean, it's a fucking gambling machine. It's a gacha machine. You don't know all the specifics to the roulette table, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know all the specifics to the slot machines. That's just how it is. You know, it's sad, and a lot of these things are rigged with some kind of mechanics to work against you, and that's just the way it is. And this game is not innocent, but no gacha game is. But yeah, those were examples of dark patterns in this game specifically. I'm sure there's other ones. Feel free to write them in the comments below if you've seen them. Feel free to complain that I'm talking about dark patterns in your favorite game. I don't give a shit. They're just examples. I'm still playing the game, obviously, so I'm not that mad about it. I just don't engage in sales. I don't give them money. I'm not one of those people. I'm going to take this content for free and like it. That's it. Or, I'm going to take this content for free and not like it, and Square Enix is going to like that. They're going to have to, by force. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Later.